I'm Tioba Akinjaiyeju, and my piece is titled, A Paper on the Social Science of Skin. Introduction. As a hypochondriac, I used to spend late nights online researching my impurity, a white circular birthmark on the back of my right leg. WebMD gathers the data, cancer tests, surveys, notes, DNA tests, scientific papers, and spits the research back at me in a thousandth of a second. Google says the mark won't harm me. It's been tested, it's been proven, and I believe it. So far, Google has been right. I've been wearing this birthmark my whole life, and thankfully, I have not been physically harmed. But my predominantly white elementary school quickly taught me that a trivial part of my appearance could profoundly affect my social life, stamping me as abnormal and unwhole. Albert Einstein said, "The important thing is to not stop questioning, to encourage Americans to teach science, and by extension, life, through the process of questioning and observing." This method of instruction is implemented everywhere, but especially in schools. Students receive worksheets instructing them to compare two images, find what's missing, identify what's wrong. Teachers encourage their classes to investigate the things they don't understand, question, examine, take notes, and eventually classify anomalies. Americans are engrossed in analyzing and critiquing differences. Background. I had just moved to my new school with 2 other Nigerian girls, making the Black population in our grade skyrocket from 0 to 3 students. All the kids in my class were interested in my background, but Samantha was too curious. She asked about my hair, my skin, my name, and any other thing she had not routinely encountered in her sheltered life. Samantha followed the rules of the acclaimed scientific method. Hypothesize, question, observe, take notes, draw conclusions, repeat. Einstein said, curiosity has its own reason for existing. I wondered if the reason was to foster a cycle of alienation for the Black girls in my grade. I could not understand why my classmates treated me like this. Why were we handled as foreigners, or even worse, like intruders? Revelation. I finally realized that I needed to examine and analyze the differences. Something was wrong in my picture. All I had to do was identify it. It was time for me to accept the scientific method. I made my own observations. I drew my own conclusions. I made my own comparisons. The difference was my skin. To be equal in a 5th grade classroom, I had to become white. Samantha caught a glimpse of my white birthmark and systematically interrogated me about it. That was my chance. I lied, and I said I was white, explaining that I spray tanned every 4 weeks to be Black. Surely, I cracked the code of 5th grade social equality. Results. Samantha finally classified me as a literal Oreo, someone Black on the outside, but white on the inside. I was not treated any better for my benign 1 square centimeter circle of Caucasian perfection. Instead, the birthmark became a parasite that fed on my potential to be seen as anything other than an Oreo. The scientific method failed me. Conclusion. Albert Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Now I understand it, so I will simply explain it. American life revolves around the scientific method. To observe is to classify, and to see is to draw conclusions. My skin is the visual mark of difference in this country. I'm classified as an outsider. Something as harmless as melanin creates inexplicable social pain for me. What is scientifically ineffective is socially toxic, inescapable, and unwanted. Thus, I conclude my study. Thank you for listening.